What would you say that your biggest challenges so far have been in clinical research, and how have you sort of overcome those challenges?
The challenges are always the same. I think it's the same for all researchers, to get grants, because without money, you cannot do the research that you want to do. So that's the most challenging. So if you write 10 applications, maybe one will be granted. And it takes a long time, and you spend so much time applying for money. And that's the thing that I like the least about research. And I think almost all, well, I would say all researchers agree with me. That's the most challenging thing.
Okay. And so if you had a sort of, someone quite early on in their career, a budding researcher sort of came along to you one day and said, Professor Valentin, I really want to do a project, but the department I work in has absolutely no money, and this is the kind of, this is what I'm looking for. What kind of advice would you give them? Because a lot of the people that we're really sort of hoping to encourage to join ISUOG and start seeing, may not be able to apply for grants at the moment, but we want to really show other people that, you can do some good quality research just by the resources that you may have in your department and your hospital. So sort of what kind of advice would you give that to somebody who would come along and say that they can't really apply for grants at the moment?
No one can apply for grants if they don't have some basic training in research. So you mean someone is interested to do research and they want to start some project? Yeah. Well, they have to find a tutor, a supervisor. So they have to go to a senior researcher and explain, I'm interested in research. And what then usually happens is that the person approached, we say, okay, I have a project, you can join us, you can help, and you can see if you like it, if you think that this is something for you. I think it's quite unusual for someone who has no experience in research, but who has a research idea of his or her own, to find a supervisor who would be ready to go into their project. I think the usual way is there is a project ongoing and one is offered to join the team and to see if they like it, if they think it is, because it is perhaps difficult to know what research demands of you if you have never tried it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think, I know when I did my research, it was a huge eye-opener, and I think you sort of, you have an idea of what it may involve, but until you really do it, sometimes, there are certain things that can surprise you, and you have to sort of learn how to adapt and sort of, navigate around some of those obstacles that you may face. And as you said, applying for things like grants, even ethical approval sometimes can be a little bit challenging as well.
So, I mean, if you can join a team, maybe you will be involved in writing the ethical application. Even that is a challenge, of course. That's another challenge, to get your project accepted ethically can be a challenge.
Yeah,
it can probably differ between countries. In some countries like Sweden, they are very picky. I don't know. I don't know how it is in the UK.
Oh, it can be very picky here as well. Yeah. So no, that's absolutely true. So that's probably a very good sort of a piece of advice actually for anyone who may be listening to us today as well, who is interested but doesn't really know where to start, is maybe approach somebody within your department who is actively involved in research and say that you're interested, but you're quite junior on, you don't know much about it. So where's the best place can I get involved in a pre-existing project, so that it gives you an idea to sort of dip your toe in that before you then take on a big research project yourself, because it takes a lot of commitment.
And also for the supervisor, I mean, the supervisor, of course, wants to test the person. is this person really interested, and does he or she have what is needed, and so on. So it's a test for both of them.
Yeah. Yeah.